Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I really want to do a really super smoky, pink, shiny, like rose gold eye look with a little bit of black in it. I absolutely hate using black in smoky eyes, but I'm really feeling it. So I really want to incorporate my MAC Show Gold highlighter. So instead of using it as a highlighter, I really want to use it in my eyeshadow and just smoke it out. So for those of you who have not seen Show Gold, let me show you. It is a very shiny, pigmented, pinky, gorgeous highlighter. So I'm really excited to do this. I look pretty funny right now because I'm still wearing the makeup that I wore today at work. I just took off whatever was on my eyes earlier, which was honestly just like a primer and then a neutral eyeshadow. We're working with it, we're rolling with it. This eye look is going to be bomb, so I'm very excited. If you all want to see how I'm going to do this and what it looks like in the end, then just keep watching. Okay. Oh my gosh, my eyes. It looks so strange. Okay. Where's my primer? I finally got my life together. I'm going to pick up my MAC 24-Hour Eye Base. I still love my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but I've really been loving this lately. I'm going to take a MAC 217 brush just to fluff this all over the place. Like I said, I've had all of this on since like 7 o'clock this morning, so bear with me, guys. So, first thing I'm going to do to just set that primer, I'm going to pick up my new Jaclyn Hill palette. And then I'm going to pick up just any neutral shade in here. I'm going to use this one right here. Just, again, with my 217. And I'm going to pat this down to set it. It's more of like a tacky gel consistency, so I still want to pat this down. If you were to swipe on this tacky gel consistency, the shadow might come out just a little bit patchy. You know what? We're going to get up and personal today. I'm going to zoom you guys in. Okay, hopefully now you can see me just a little bit better. I'm going to be using my 217 brush for all of my transition shades. The first one I'm going to pick up will be Creamsicle, which is this color right here. I always say you really want a big fluffy brush for those transition shades. You don't really have to be precise with those. Just keep them in the crease area and maybe slightly above it. So we're going to be packing on a lot of color in this look. And just go from the outer corner to the inner corner of the eye. Nothing too crazy. You can be really messy with these. Alright, so now I'm going to get a little bit more precise with my blending. So I'm going to pick up a completely different brush. This brush is actually one of my favorites. It's a little dirty right now, I'm about to clean it. But this is my MAC 221 brush. This brush will do anything you want it to. It can go high, it can go low. It gets really deep into that crease area. It is the best brush you will ever invest in. I'm going to take the shade Butter, which is right here. I'm going to take this a little bit lower than Creamsicle on both of my eyes. And I almost always start on the outer part of my eye, just because with a lot of looks we're going to want the most dimension and the most depth on the outer part of the eye. So when we pick up the shadow initially, the most product is on here right now. And we don't want the most product on our eye to be right in here because, like I said, we want a lot of depth in the outer crease area. So that's why I start here and then work my way in, because the more you work your way in, the less product is going to be on the brush. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Pooter, which is this guy right here, and I'm going to mix it with this one, which is Pukey. For this look, I really want it to be extra smoky on the outer part of my eye. I still want the shimmer shades that I'm going to apply to really pop, and the best way to make them pop is to drag a lot of that eyeshadow inward. Contrast with the dark and then the shimmer colors is really going to make each other pop a little bit more. Alright, now I'm going to be picking up my Morphe 3502 palette. So I'm really going to start to dig into these darker, deeper colors. To start, I'm going to be taking this shade right here. Just in that brush. Again, starting on the outer portion of the eye. Oh yeah, that's what I want. And I like to blend in little circular motions and then also back and forth. I feel like circular motions are the best though, just because they literally blend out every single little portion of that eyeshadow, and then back and forth is great because it deepens up that crease area, because you're just focusing in one area, so it's really going to deepen up the crease a little bit more. Last week I had somebody ask me why I hold my brush near the end, and it's because I have more control of it this way versus doing this. That seems a little bit awkward and it feels funny versus being back here and having way more control of it. So now I'm going to begin to get even darker and deeper. I'm going to be mixing this shade and this shade. Alright, just to make it seem like I worked harder than I actually did, I'm going to be taking Creamsicle again, this really peachy, yellowy transition shade that we used back on my 217. I'm just going to run it over top of where this eyeshadow stops. Now I'm going to be taking an even tinier brush. This is just a pencil brush. It is the MAC 219 brush. Pick this up is because I'm going to be getting in the darkest shades of this look, and I really want those shadows to be precise. This is the key to all of my smoky eyes, guys. All these different brushes, if you have the right tools, you will get the right outcome. I'm actually going to start by mixing these two colors right here. And yes, my black fell out. I don't know how, but it ended up all over my carpet. That's a long story. Another tip I have is to look in the mirror with a really tilted back, drawn back almost Marilyn Monroe look. That way you can see everything you're doing and you're not way up like this. And there's no creasing or anything of the eye, so you have a nice canvas to work with. Alright, now that the shadows are on, they look a little bit crazy. That's okay. I'm going to go back in with my 221 and just take a couple of the lighter shades that I used just to blend everything out. I can't believe we're about to be doing this, but now we're going to dig into the black. Okay. The reason I don't like using blacks in smoky eyes is because sometimes it can look way too harsh, way too intense, and a lot of the time black eyeshadows don't even really look black. They either have like a tint of blue or a tint of green or a tint of purple, and I'm like, why? Notice I'm still taking this color all the way in. Now I'm going to go in with a flat brush. Where did it go? This is my Zoeva 233 brush, and I'm just going to use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to carve out a portion of my eye. I'm going to work to carve this little area out. Now, Tarte Shape Tape is self-setting, however, it's still a liquid concealer, so I'm going to go in and set this bad boy with some powder. I'm just going to take Orb. You all know Orb is my jam. Basically, wherever I put that concealer, I am placing orb. I'm going to be taking my MAC 39. It's a little bit dirty from the look I did this week, but I just spritzed it with some brush spray, so it's as clean as it's going to get for now. So no color from the brush will transfer. I'm going to be taking the shade Sissy, which is right here. I'm going to pat this all over where I put the concealer. Now you want the lightest part of the eye, for this eye look at least, to be in the inner corner. So that is where I'm going to start to place this shadow. And for the shimmer shades, I'm always going to pat with them. Look how freaking pretty that is. This is the first time I'm actually like wearing this on my eye. I've only swatched it, but so funny story. So when I first heard that she was coming out with an eyeshadow palette, I was so excited. Like, I have green eyes, so I love wearing red shadows just because it pulls a lot of the green out of my eyes. That's why Christmas colors are red and green. It's because the red ornaments on the green Christmas tree, they will make each other pop more. Knowing she also likes red shadows, I expected this Jaclyn Hill palette to be all sorts of reds, like the palette of my dreams. Boy, was I wrong. So mad when I saw all the colors. I was like, what? What is this? This is stupid. I don't even want to buy it. So I didn't for the longest time. And then Zach and I went to the Ulta in Florence, where they have this palette along with a bunch of other Morphe items. We were both swatching it, and I taught him so much about makeup that he was like, oh my gosh, this is really good. And I didn't want to admit it, but I was like, this is really good. So he ended up buying it for me for Christmas, and I'm so glad he did now that I'm using it more, because I'm like, oh my gosh, these shades are so good. They're not like any other Morphe shadows that I have tried, and I have 3 other Morphe palettes. Now I'm going to pick up the shade Cran Apple, which looks like this guy right here. I'm going to place that right here, and it's going to marry the light rose gold shade Sissy with all the darker shades on the end of my eye. I'm going to be taking MAC Show Gold. I'm going to really pack that on and just pat all over. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay. Just because I feel like I've been extra as crap in this look, what's one more step, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Urban Decay Liquid Moondust shadow. Oh my god. I don't know why I haven't used these before in the past, but these are so good. So you just take a little bit. This is in the shade Retrograde, and I'll show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. It's this really pretty, like peachy pink color. This is what it looks like when you go in and initially apply it. It's super metallic. When you go in and blend it out with your finger, it gets super sparkly. Like, do you see that? Ugh, I love this stuff so much. So, what I'm going to do is dip into the little bottle here. I'm going to take some on a really tiny flat brush. That way I can be really precise with it. This is my Zoeva 226. I'm going to take a very tiny bit of this stuff. Ooh, yes. Oh my god. Just for that extra oomph on the inner corner. Oh my gosh, do you see that? I'm in love. Taking my finger again. Really being sure to blend that guy out. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Alright, taking my MAC 210 brush, this little tiny liner brush, I'm just going to be using this Maybelline gel eyeliner in Espresso. It's just a little dark eyeliner. It's a brown, but I'm going to be going over with black because I ran out of my black eyeliner and I'm really sad. Okay, so now that the wings are on, I'm going to pop on some Velour lashes. Okay guys, so these are what the lashes look like These are called Lie Detector, and look how freaking pretty they are. They are just so wispy and just perfect for this look because you're able to see through them, but they still give you an extra oomph, you know what I mean? Okay, so now we're going to finish up the lower lash line. First, we're going to clean this up a little bit because, girlfriend, the fallout is real. So for this, I'm going to be using what I have been using for concealer under my eyes lately. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the Urban Decay freaking all-nighter concealer. Guys, if you have not tried this, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? This shit is amazing. This stuff is seriously like the best stuff in the world. Compared to Shape Tape, it definitely doesn't set as fast, so I really like that about this stuff. As far as coverage, it's about the same. I feel like this blends out just slightly a little bit easier than Shape Tape. But I don't know if I like one more than the other, honestly. Okay, and now I'm going to be taking my 221 brush. I'm going to be taking, what's it that we use? I'm going to be taking Butter and Pooter. Butter and Pooter under my eyes. Just to really tie everything together. And now just to finish the eye look up, I'm going to be throwing on Marshmallow mixed with Starburst from the Sugar Glow Kit. Girl. Okay, so I don't really like Anastasia highlighters that much, but this kit is bomb. The reason I don't like Anastasia highlighters a whole lot is just because the kits in the past have just been straight glitter. They don't really blend out that nicely, I feel like, but this one is not that glittery. The only glittery shade in here is Gumdrop, which is her. I like my highlight to be more metallic than glittery, if that makes sense. I want the glitter on my eyes, not on my cheeks. I'm just gonna throw on this Urban Decay gloss. I've had this for forever. Like, way back in my Ulta days. Alright, you guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a couple things. This is the finished product. I really, really love how this eye look turned out. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram. I will link that here in just a minute. And I will list all the products that I use down below. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Mwah.